Okay, this is round 2 or 3 with this GE side-by-side. I just got done rebuilding the ice maker and installing a heater kit for the water dispenser, which I'm really impressed with the heater kit. I wish I'd have done that a long time ago. But now the symptoms are that it wasn't making ice fast enough, so I made sure it was getting water in the ice tray. Then I forced a manual cycle, and that worked. So then I looked at the temperature in the freezer side by putting in an indoor-outdoor thermometer, and as you can see right now, it's 36 degrees in the freezer side, and it'll run about 23 degrees during the day and get down to 17 at night, which is clearly not near cold enough. This should get below 0. And to make ice effectively and quickly, it should be below 10 above. So the main reason we're not making any ice here is it's just not cold enough. And obviously that's not cold enough to really act as a freezer either. So some initial symptoms are we've emptied most of the stuff out of here. It doesn't get nearly cold enough, and there's a big layer of frost on the back. So there's two suspicions here. Either the defroster is not working, or more likely the evaporator fan motor is not working, so it's not circulating air through the coils. So we're going to take these shelves out and get in there and have a look. Okay, we were troubleshooting why this was not getting cold, and the evaporator coils were all frozen. So we verified that the fan was running by just looking through there. You can see the fan running, and then at the bottom is the heater, and we're going to show you how to verify if the heater works or not. Okay, so after pulling the panels out, I took out all the shelves. I took out the plastic cover that went over the light, which just pulls up off of those two clips. Then there's two screws up here, and you can pull this whole panel off. So from that, it's pretty apparent that it's not defrosted. And the other thing, I can look in through these slots here and I can see the fan running. So that's where I'm at right now. The main way you tell if the heater for defrosting is working is you check it for continuity, and it should have continuity. If it's open or no continuity, then it means it's burnt out. But I read about another way to test by jumping two leads on the circuit board, and by jumping these two leads you can force the heater to run and see if it's working or not. So that's what we're going to look at right now. We went on the back of the fridge, we pulled the cover off the circuit board. We pulled the cover off the circuit board, and you see this plug at the bottom. There's a, from left to right, it's J8, J9, and J11. And if you jump J9 and J11 with a regular old little jumper wire like this one, it'll force the defrost heater on. Now if you pull this plug, you can actually see behind there it's labeled, I think J11 is labeled line and J9 is labeled defrost. So if you jump 9 and 11, it will turn the defrost element on. Now it's probably against all kinds of rules and you're probably not supposed to do that, but it does in fact work. So that's one way to test if the element is working on this particular freezer. And here is the little jumper that I used to jump those two leads. I jumped them and it took maybe 5 seconds, and you could see the heating element was getting hot because water moisture was evaporating off it and it was picking up heat quickly. So in my case, I verified that the fan is working. I verified that the heater element works by jumping these two lines, and it got hot fairly quickly. So the remaining problem that's probably causing it to freeze up is probably something with the sealed system. So I'm actually having a GE technician out at this point to see what's wrong.